Hi, how are you? Matt Watson here from CarWow. So I'm sat in a BMW X3M and next to me is a Porsche Macan GTS. We're going to have a drag race up this off-road slope. And we're actually going to compare the cars in a number of other off-road challenges to see which of these very much road-biased sporty SUVs is better off-road. Let's do this. Buy, sell, CarWow. The way this video is going to work is that we're going to compare these cars over various off-road challenges, and our invigilator and off-road expert instructor over there, Darren, will grade the cars. Now, the way we're going to score them is 2 points for a win, 1 point to the car that comes last, and no points if a car doesn't finish a challenge. And the car with the most points at the end wins. Obviously. Let me tell you about this BMW. It's got a 3-litre twin-turbo straight six that puts out 510 horsepower and 650 newton meters of torque. It drives all four wheels via an 8-speed automatic gearbox. This car weighs in at just over 2 tons and it costs £90,000. Let's find out about the Porsche. Hey Nick, tell me about the Macan.
So it has a 2.9 litre twin turbo V6 with 440 horsepower and 550 newton meters of torque. It weighs 1,960 kilos and it costs from £68,000.
And what gearbox you got?
7-speed auto.
Okay then, let's race, shall we? We're going to race.
Just to confirm, Matt, we're going maximum attack in these, are we?
I think, Nick, you're right. We should definitely go maximum attack, and that means launch control mode. So let's make sure that we can get launch control engaged. I'm just setting my car up now. Okay, yeah, I'm going to launch control it. You're going to launch control yours as well?
Oh, yes.
Crap, is this a good idea? Let's try anyway. That is a definite win for the BMW. Right, let's see what Darren thought about that then. This is good, right?
It's not bad.
It just like shot off. I barely knew that it was like off-road. Did kick up a bit of dust though, didn't it? Nick, you got destroyed, mate.
This thing was wild. It was sliding one way, sliding the other way. What a giggle.
So then, Darren, that means 2 points to the BMW, 1 point to the Porsche. It takes the lead.
I've got a good view of your undercarriage from here, Matt. Filthy.
That just sounded so wrong. Right, this next challenge, it's about control down a slope. So instead of racing up, we're going to race down, but the objective here is to be the slowest. This car has hill descent control. Let's find out if Nick's does. You got hill descent control?
I don't just have hill descent control, I have an off-road mode.
So what we're going to do, Darren's going to start us. We've got to lift our feet off the pedals. We'll see just how good they are at descending. Last past the cone wins. I'm a bit nervous about this. My auto hold didn't come off. I'm definitely the slowest down the slope. Look, I'm just like, it's so slow. It's moving at the speed of a glacier. You have to wait for 100 or so years. Come on, Nick, come back up. Off the pedals.
Oh, yes!
That's the lowest it can go. Look, 2 miles an hour. Right, that's a loss. You know mine, right? It had to register that it was going down the slope too quickly before it engaged the hill descent control. And then when it did engage, it could actually slow the car down to 2 miles an hour, which was pretty good. But that initial bit was touch frightening. What happened in your car?
No such drama in here. I mean, I was going so slowly, the speedo didn't even register a speed. Just 0. It's brilliant. Slowest Porsche ever.
Yeah, that's exactly why I buy a Porsche. Anyway, let's get Darren's opinion. Dazza, the old mucker. This went off too quick.
Yeah. What it had to do was register the speed
I know,
of the setup.
I've just said that. I know, I've done that. I've done your job.
That means the Porsche was quicker at setting up.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? So it was quicker. It was quicker at setting up. So 2 points to the Porsche and 1 point to the BMW. Just a quick question. How do you say Porsche?
I say Porsche.
I say Porsche as well. Some motoring journalists say Porsche.
That's a girl's name.
Anyway, so 3 points for each car, level pegging. In this next challenge, we're going to drive up this slope with some bumps in it. And what it's going to do is test the car's chassis articulation, the suspension travel, their traction control, their ground clearance, basically everything. Now, in terms of ground clearance, this car has 206 millimeters of the stuff. How much ground clearance you got in that Porsche? It looks a bit lower than this.
It only has 177 millimeters of ground clearance. I'm a bit nervous nervous about this.
Yeah, that's not ideal really. Okay. No range mode for the gearbox. It just is what it is. I'm going to go for efficient. Keep it moving efficiently. Makes sense, right? And comfort for the steering. You got your settings? What are you gone for?
I'm going to let the Porsche
That's the girl's name.
engineering wizards take control, and I'm going to stick it in off-road mode and hope for the best.
Why don't I have an off-road mode? Go on then, Nick. Let's see if your off-road mode helps you win this off-road challenge. Here he goes. Look, wheel up in the air already.
Porsche, yes, you got this. Porsche.
It's doing all right though. It looks pretty cool. I enjoyed that. Now it's my turn. I can feel it slipping a bit. Oh, walking up. Trying to just control the throttle to keep a nice steady pace up here, because Darren likes a steady pace up a slope. He gives extra marks for it. Look at him looking there. What does he think about this? I can't call it between these two. He had his wheels in the air a lot, but I feel that I did too.
As high in the air as a Porsche, your traction control is having to work just a little bit harder.
I put it in efficient mode, right? Look, I've got efficient to soften the throttle. Is that a bad move?
Possibly. Because you're having to press the throttle harder.
Oh, bugger it. Maybe I can redeem myself now. I'm going to go into sport, so I've got better control, and we're going to go down. This is a challenge of two halves. Nick, I was just talking to Darren. He was saying that I absolutely aced it up that slope, and so you've got some catching up to do, and maybe you'd be better off without your off-road mode.
Oh, I can put it in Sport Plus. Would you like that?
Well, it's up to you. I'm just saying what Darren said. Off you go then.
No sweat.
Right, he made it down there pretty easy. This is like falling down there. Do you know what, that felt like a solid loss.
Yes, it was. It achieved the goal, just went a little bit quicker.
Like the ABS was going crazy, it was like sliding down, it couldn't like hold itself.
Look at your tyres.
Well, he's got sporty tyres now.
Slightly more grip than yours, I think.
Well, there you go. They are the tyres that cars come with from the dealer, so is what it is. So 2 points to the Porsche, just 1 to this, which means, if I do the maths, right there, 5 to the Porsche, 4 to the BMW. This next challenge is the side slope test. We're going to drive down this bank and we'll see how well the cars grip as they go on this kind of slippy, slopey, angly bit. That's proper off-road speak, by the way. Go on, Nick, do it.
Oh, this feels very unnatural in a Porsche.
That's a girl's name.
Looks like it's going to topple over.
Oh, just, there we go, just relax.
Very key to make sure that you turn left at the bottom to avoid a rock, otherwise you'll just scrape the alloy wheels, and they are expensive. Now before I do this, if you're thinking about selling your car and you want to find out how much it's really worth, you can do that through Carway. Just upload some photos, give a brief description, and our dealers will bid on your car. If you want to, you can accept the highest offer and they'll come to your house, take the car away, put the money straight into your account. If you don't, you can just find out how much your car is worth. It's completely free, the service, and there's no obligation to sell. If you want to try that out now, click on the pop-out button that should be appearing in the top right hand corner of the screen, for the link in the description below. Alternatively, if you want to do that after this video, just simply Google "help me car wow" and my team and I will help you find out how much your car is worth. Simple. Right, I'm going to do this now. Hopefully this is simple. Darren's doing his finger pointing. Whoa, that was just rocking on 3 wheels. No, I'm not liking this. Darren looks very serious. If the car is damaged, BMW, it's Darren's fault, not mine. I'm following instruction. And on your website, it does say it's an SUV. Okay, so I'm doing SUV things with it. I've got a blooming fly here with me. Don't need that now. Have I lost that one as well?
No.
Really? Wait, I thought I lost that one. It was like the wheels were just in the air the whole time.
But balanced and stable.
Is that a win?
Yeah, I'd give that to this one. Far more entertaining.
I knew it won that. I knew that for sure. So, 2 points to the BMW, 1 point to the Porsche, which means that my parking sensor is going crazy. But it also means that it's 6 points to the Porsche and 6 points to the BMW. Still everything to play for. Final challenge then, the decider. So this combines everything we've done. So traction, ground clearance, approach angle, breakover angle, departure angle, suspension travel, chassis articulation, and all the other lovely terms that off-road people use. So we're going to drive up this hill, go down in, it's got some ruts and crevices, and then we're going to drive around a tight turn, which will check how manoeuvrable these cars are, and Darren will decide which car wins overall. Go on, Nick. Good luck.
Easy over the hill.
No problem with approach or departure angle there. This is going to be interesting. Is he going to bottom out? Got to pick his line just right, otherwise he'll just ground out and probably hit the side skirts on that sporty utility vehicle. It's only part of its rear wheel is actually on the ground.
Nice one.
It seems to do that too easy then. I'm a little bit concerned about this. Going slow because I don't want to take the nose off it. What I'm doing is applying throttle while also using the brakes. I don't know if this is a good idea, just to keep it moving nice and smooth. Now, if I can make this round in a 1 like the Porsche did, I should be quite happy. Keep your wheels on the ground. I reckon that could be the decider. The wheels are still on the ground. And there we go. Do you know what, Nick? I think you might have won that. How did it feel?
Oh, it feels good. I mean, all of that, it felt quite undramatic through some of those, but I'm so impressed by how well this car managed.
Well, let's find out what Darren thinks, right? It's not over until the bald man gives his verdict. I'll actually park next to a puddle. Hey Darren, you right?
Well, apart from the puddle.
Oh, sorry. You've got the right footwear on though, you're fine. So, what are you saying?
Porsche.
You know, that's the decider, right?
Suspension's a little bit stiffer in this.
Yeah.
And again, that traction control is just working a little bit too hard to get round.
You know what that means, don't you? 8 points to the Porsche, 7 to the BMW. The Porsche wins overall. It is the slightly better off-roader.
But when are these two going to go properly off-road? They both were exceptional, it's just Porsche tipped it.
Oh well, there you go. Which one would you rather have? Put a pin comment. You can